Hey everyone, welcome to today's dev stream. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. I have returned to the land of development once again. I have my Wraith today, so I should be able to think more. But yeah, I hope everyone's had a wonderful Tuesday. Don't mind me shaking up my shaker. So yeah, I'm back with Lost Souls to work on it some more. Why is the quality so low today? Turn that down a little bit. But yeah, I'm back. How has everyone been? So yeah, I'm back for today's dev stream where I get to random mischief. So a couple of things I need to do for today's dev stream. The first one is I need to get some lights done around here. I'm going to be using mainly lights from woods. Woods will be helpful right now, brain. I'm going to be using lights mainly from the furniture house pack that I'm going to be using. Also, I plan on setting up some cupboards, drawers, those kinds of things to be opened and closed, maybe, and potentially lead to woods. Woods would be great right now. Give me a second, my brain is pondering. To be open and closed easily. So one of the things I plan on doing is there's the interactables, such as the doors, the cupboards and stuff. There's a way I can condense them down into just a simple door. Been thinking about it, maybe I don't need as much faff that's going on inside of this script, because as long as the way the doors work, once I bring up the interactables, maybe I don't need as much faff with like the storage con and stuff. As long as there's these variables in the animations, which are the only two variables you should ever really need for doors, type of thing inside of Unity animators. It should be as simple as can just run this and run this. So technically, I don't even need storage con. I don't need that at all. Which also means don't need that. Because technically it's all just another door. Because the key thing that's going to be controlling these is the tags. So technically I can just do, oh, it's a door, then do all this. I am thinking about keeping the key item part of the script here, so that way... Words are eluding me again today, and I hate it. So that way I can just set them, but I may also split that off into its own script again. So basically what this looks like currently inside of scripts, I still don't know what the nice IO is. If anyone knows what nice IO is, feel free to tell me, otherwise I have no idea what it is. But what this looks like inside of the interact script here, if I bring it up.
FBI, open up!
Now! Hey Gemini! How are you? It's been a while. How have you been? I just realized something. I need to do, game is paused. That's something I just realized is a mistake that I probably haven't done. And, so right now I'm trying to get audio to pause around the player when, stuff happens. I'm really sorry to hear that. I've been hearing that there's sickness going about lately, and I really hope everyone that's can become ill is gonna be okay, and I hope to get better soon. Because I know Don's become ill, and a couple of others I know have become ill too. So I hope it's nothing bad going about. That's gonna thinking about that's gonna make my trip to the doctors next week hell. Ah, this is not the right line. Ah, programmer panic. And shove that over there. There we go. Wait, hold on. Even this isn't even on the right. Yeah, yeah, they now finally have service back instead of words. Words again. Today's just expect words to elude me today. Yeah, they can now use mobile data and stuff now from what I'm aware. Oh, this one hasn't moved up. No, we'll do that. Okay, no, that's good, that's good, that's good. Where does this belong? Right, moving up, shunting these up to one row higher. Sorry about this. Brain is going back on cleanup duty. Get that up there. I like my I like my scripts to actually be in line with crap. Oh, fuck. So yeah, Velocials has got a little bit of new twists to it coming. I now have somewhat of a plan. That's a big question mark on getting stuff done. Oh. Yeah, I had a feeling that was not meant to be there. There we go. Let's clean up better. Oh, fuck. What I'm hitting by accident on occasion is Control X, because Control X is how you wipe out an entire line without hitting delete. Gave it... All number somehow was given to a stranger, therefore whoever sent text to Damien ended up going to the stranger, and from what I heard, the stranger was a dick about it. Yeah, I hate when that happens, to be honest. Get these up here. Okay, yep. Nina! Oh, also, don't worry about swearing, Gemini. It's all good here. Dina! Also, it's a good habit to come up with other methods, to be honest. But yeah, basically, Control X is useful in programming and other stuff where you can just straight up erase the whole line. Ah, okay, yeah, autocorrect is like, yeah, I'm gonna censor people. Mind you, mine's going used to me swearing, not gonna lie. So let's do Alt-Shift to highlight this whole lot, and shunt it to up higher. this is the one thing I like about learning about Alt Shift. Like, it's not just useful for this. If I just, you see how like, you can get like this whole line set up with the blue and the red being the latest one. You can do all kinds of things with this, like just move entire lines of text about. I'm not sure how useful this is in things like Word, by the way. But also, let's say you want to write a ton of lines at once. Right, hold on. So, say you went down here to the 500 lines. You can just start writing a ton of things all at once. Like this. Helps if I could spell. So you can easily just do that. Also, I think... Nah, Control X doesn't work on a mass scale. It was worth a shot. But it's a very useful thing to learn in programming. The whole Alt-Shift thing with your IDEs. I can't remember what IDE stands for, actually. But I know Visual Studio's one. I've got graphics artists following me again on Twitter. It's annoying. IDE. Integrated Development Environment. Okay, that's it. So that's what an IDE stands for, and that's what Visual Studio here is. For anyone curious about the Visual Studio version I am using, I'm using 2022 with the IntelliCode integrated. It works with all Unity versions, by the way, so like if you end up installing a new version that will automatically install Visual Studio 2022, and you install an older version that suggests 2019, or whatever version it is, just untake Visual Studio from the install list. And because that way you can just keep with whatever version you're currently using for the up-to-date stuff. And it won't get confused on what that version of Unity will do. It knows exactly what is in, because it reads from the C# library that Unity has. So, just curious, does everyone know what default does? Here, in a switch statement, which all of this is. So, default is basically the else version of if. Because switch statements are basically a massive version of an if statement, because, like, if you were gonna do this as an if statement, you'd just be writing a lot of if-else. So, switch statements make that a little bit easier, by doing that. So, else is kind of like, else and default is like, oh, if this stuff isn't met, just do this instead. This is your default. This is what you do instead by default. Like, if you want nothing to happen, you just don't do a default or else. But if you want something else to happen instead, when those other requirements aren't done. Technically, this doesn't need to exist here. But, I have it there in case there's something I want to happen. But also, if you don't, because the scripting operates by function, it will basically go down line by line by line by line by line. And if there's like something that will break it later on, for example, which is a good example, say you get so far down here, and then it's like, oh, there's more stuff down here, but because something hasn't been met up here, you don't want to continue. You just do else return, and it'll end the function right there. Kind of thing. And it's a way, for example, if I go into my AI script, fix update is running every frame here. So I have here, if the target for the player, the target equals null, which is the player, equals null, which the AI needs to function correctly, because it's tracking the player at all times. So that way it can go, oh, the player's in my vision. Go for the player, don't go for the player. Without that, the AI would break. So I have, if it equals nothing, if it's got nothing for the player stored there, just return. There's no point for the AI running, basically. Which also I can just get rid of that and all of this will run anyway. But then, like, some of the things like check distance to player wouldn't function, it would return an error, AI wouldn't. Yeah. The best way to look at programming is that the first part is that, like, understanding the functions and when they run. So, like, start at when the script starts running. And then it goes line by line. So it would wake up, it would check all the variables in the script, laying them out, and it'd go, okay, start now, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, and like, say if 66, it couldn't do this, it would break. It wouldn't go then 67, 68. So like, you've got to put in contingencies as well sometimes for if something breaks, but you still want it to run anyway. So like, it goes through all of these things here, and then if it's, then it would go into fixed update here, which is run every frame down the list. And then like, if statements are like queries to the computer of like, hey, if this is equals this, do this. But then, who did that? Thanks for reading, man. Also, welcome to stream. How are you? Yeah, sorry, brain. Ah, frick. But like, the important thing to understand with this statements is like, if it's not met, it'll just skip it. So like, if this isn't met, it'll skip to whatever's next on its to-do list. Which you could just have an else if or an else, or like else if is like, hey, here's an optional thing, else is then you write your else. For anyone here that's looking and getting into programming, if you've got a massive else if list, please just switch out for a switch statement list. It's much easier to look at. Please. What do you mean, no? Honestly, your teacher would my programming teacher would surprise when I started writing a switch statement instead of an else if list, and they're like, "You're not fair. I'm not going to tell you from going off from what I asked you to do because that's the next step." And she always says no. Can't have any fun around her unless it's her chewing on my arm. So yeah, so a couple little things that won't be noticeable to the player that I've made to this. Okay. Good luck, Gemini, and I hope you feel better soon. So, a little thing I've done here is that I've got the walls to meet at this cross point. This is to help avoid light leakage. I am using this grid snap here for doing things like this. It helps with just cleaner building of things. Like here you'll see I've got this going this way, and then this one going this way. It just helps with light leaking for when I bake the light maps, because I am going to have lights around here. It's not going to be just pitch black. So, one of the things I need to do is external assets, house furniture. I am going to credit all of these packages before I put out the next version of The Lost Souls, by the way, over on Itch and Game Jolt. I'm gonna finally do that. Also, I am using, what the fuck is it called? Firefox? I'm using Firefox, by the way, because I'm being a bit more conscious about PC resources. Glad OBS didn't capture that. Because Opera GX is a Chromium-based web browser, and while it's not as intensive as well, it's not as intensive as Chrome. It still is pretty much intensive. So basically, what I've used it to help me out a bit until I make my own full animations is this here called Mixamo. It's a free little online animation thing with a bunch of preset animations, and you can use it pretty well. You can use it pretty well for animating stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, so let's go into prefabs here. What we're looking for is a roof light, not these types of lights here. We're looking for a little disc one, but I've discovered that's in here. Also, you will recognize these assets from games such as Thief Sim, because they do use assets like this. Actually, give me a sec. Let's shush this for a moment. I'm gonna give a lo-fi boss in, because why not? Okay, I was just switching songs, okay. Also, this is a good way for me to test if OBS is tracking Discord. Yep, it is. It should always be tracking Discord, but it's just one of us making sure things. You know, we'll search for lights. Nope. There we go. Found it. This is what I want here. It's why I don't recognize it, because it appears how it does in the 3D space, and you just see it from a slight top-down disc shape. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the roof on so I can check this. So it's almost there against the roof. What is it set to? Let's do 0.5 for this. Nope. We'll do 0.1. There we go, that's better. So now what we can do is... First off, we're going to turn the lighting back on. We're also going to turn the roof back off. Also, I figured out how the AI nav mesh baking works now. So, like, you set up all of these... I want to give a quick overview. So basically, you have all of these nav mesh modifiers around here that tells what you want them to do, what you don't want them to do. Then on top of that, you have this here, this big box with nav mesh surface. This is where all your baking takes place now. I will admit it's a little awkward, but I think this is now what this is now what this is now what stores all the navmesh data in the scene. Because there you go, you've got navmesh navigation 1 there. So it took me a little bit to learn how to use that. It's sometimes confusing when Unity upgrades something and you have no idea how the fuck to use the upgraded version. So yeah, we're gonna turn the lighting back on. We're gonna add on a light component. And then we're gonna change it to spot. So the problem with this here is that this may not work because it's aiming out that way. We need it to be aiming down. So instead, we're gonna add on a we want to remove a component. Instead, we're gonna right click on it here. Oh yeah, I'm being dumb. Thought that was something new. It's not. We aim that downwards to 90 degrees. We take the indirect multipliers, change that to that. We're gonna hit mixed. Then we are going to reduce the range to about 5, I think. I think it's actually 4 we need. And we're gonna increase the angle a bit. Then we're gonna turn up to 2. So now that will be there as like a kind of low light, I think. We can turn this up to 1 because we will be baking this. We're setting this to mixed, so that's like that. Then we're going to switch this to so we're setting mixed, so that way I'm pretty sure mixed does baked and real time. So we can bake the mixed light to stuff, but anything passing through underneath it will also gain the lighting. No, I'm not gonna bake a cake. Why am I getting pings? Also, I'm actually gonna apply this to add a game object, apply. So this is now under this here. Well, also I'm going to turn this into my own prefab variant. So we're going to go into here, create a folder. We're just actually going to call this lamps. Prefab variants. So this is now a variant of the original prefab here. So a little thing we can do now is that we can now move these along. And this is actually where I want to take the increase this back to 0.5. Actually, I'll put this back up to 1. So I'm going to be trying something for the first time with it, and that's light map probes. Light reflective probes, sorry. And what that will do is hopefully help generate better lighting when after a bake. They're a little feature in Unity that I've yet to try, but they can be pretty important to getting good lighting from baking lighting. And it's a performance cost thing. You know, just helping. Hold on, give me a sec. Yeah, that's on the right spot. Also, you can see how I'm just dragging these around snapping them to a grid pretty effectively. We're going to put one in each corner over here, because also I do want to kind of get these and create a secondary sort puzzle over here. I remember why I had a storage con now. It's because sometimes you'll have these now, these on them, which are occlusion portals. Basically, occlusion portals are useful for doors and occlusion, to do with occlusion culling, because sometimes the game will not know to not generate everything on the other side of the door and when to disable it. So like, it's also important to have these on a timer, because if you just close the door and they set to close as well, and say the player was on this side looking in here, everything would suddenly disappear in the player's view. Whereas if you set on a timer in the programming, it will actually, and you set the timing right for the door to shut, it will disappear at the right time. Actually, we're not going to do that one yet. Instead, we are, because I do want to keep these reds fully lined up with each other. Also, I am going to change the materials of the door so players can see what is a door, what isn't a door. Okay, so these are prefabs, right? I did set these to prefabs, I think. Okay, no I didn't. But what that does mean is I can do things such as wait, hold on. Where's this wall gone? Just realized I'm missing a wall. The fuck? Whoops. Right, let's put 180 on this. Right, okay, so there we go. One sec.
Yeah, need your boat.
Right, okay, so let's actually get this on -5 here. I think.
Right. I'll do it because I'm going to put food in.
So yeah, that's now on 0.1. No, I don't. Right, hold on. Let me get all these blocks shrunk down. But now all of these are more on the one grid rather than the point something. So what I can do now is I can duplicate a couple of these. Move them over to places like this. What's the bonk for? Who's bonking?
You're a bit heavy-handed and it bonks
So
in the
mean.
face.
Right, okay, so we want to go for about that by... So we don't want an exact same because I think people will get bored of the map that was the exact same. So instead what we're going to do is that we are going to pinch this, drag it outside of here, and we're going to use it for... well, it's going to be effectively an L shape corridor. And this is where Pro Builder comes in handy. So we need the Pro Builder window. We drag this along. And we drag this to about here. I think that's about good. I may actually reduce this to 0.5 to give me a little more control. Such as this. Because we actually, thinking about it, we don't want the corridors to be too tight and narrow. Switch back to objects mode because we don't want to be faffing around too much with this. I'm moving this by whatever, and it's just like, no. Where's the song? What do you mean, no?
Ask Katina.
Right, we want 7.56. Okay, 0.65. For that to line up. Next, we're gonna grab this. Then we're going to put a minus 90 on it, not minus 980. Oh, I'm an idiot. Right, there we go. Just want to check something here. Weird. There we go. I try and also keep numbers right to two decimal place whenever I can on their stuff. So this should be at minus 16, but that's not where that wants to sit. So minus 24. No, 25. No, it's definitely before. 3. So that's at 0.3. So there's like a 0.5 extra on one of the ends of this piece here. So then we're gonna reduce this to an amount. Take the 0 off that. Actually, we want this at 180. Actually fitted perfectly. Then we want this at 0. No, actually, we want this at the 182. Because this is where it's going to get a little bit of fun with this. Actually, no. Well, let's think about this a moment. So we want this in line with this here. We need to add something like... Not the 0.5 there. Let's reduce 0.5 off here. Point 0.3. Okay, so 0.3 is what we want. This is where the fun part comes in. This needs a I think I need this at 0.1 now. Actually, that can be at 0.2 to make this a little speedier. So what we want to do next is not grab this. So we're gonna grab this, no, grab the one I want, thank you, there. This is kind of like the tricky part of this. There we go. That's all tidied up now. We can go back into objects mode, change this back to 0.5. Also, you'll notice how like the grids will change as well. It's like you can see each 0.5 here. And then like the big number there, whatever the big number is. My brain is not aware of it right now. Right, okay, so let's Alright, let's reduce this to 0. Okay, we need this at 180. So obviously this is where the fun confusion part comes in for this. Also, this is another point where it gets a little interesting. So we'll reduce that to 0.45. We'll grab this. We'll drag that down to there. We'll drag that and put that there. So then what I want to do with all of this... So I want these two to be out of here. We're gonna create a empty parent, and we're gonna call this L corridor or something like that. But now we'll just call it L corridor, so I know what the heck it is. So, next what we're going to do is Show the nav mesh. So this is what the nav mesh looks like throughout the map right now. We're not going to bother with adding too many doors in here. So instead, what we're going to do is this nav mesh surface here. Also, you'll notice how this isn't a parent object to any of this. This just kind of sits snugly around all of it. We're going to hit bake. And now all of that is generated. The AI will be able to successfully navigate without walking straight through the doors. Why is Discord being weird? So just like that, we've now got the nav mesh for the AI to navigate. And the last thing we need to do is get the AI back onto the nav mesh that we need it to use, this one. Because to be honest, if it stayed in there, it wouldn't be able to go anywhere. So, for anyone that wasn't here for the stream where I did it, I've now got an interesting system where the AI will now technically just walk through the doors. But before it walks through them, it will open those doors. Because those doors are now, what's the words? Let's change this back to 1. So, the doors no longer have nav mesh obstacles on them, but I can do that for locked doors to keep the AI out of places altogether. So the way that would work is, if the door is locked, the nav mesh obstacle would be in turn activated, carving into the mesh, stopping the AI from just walking straight through. So then the AI would stop at the door, I can't go any further kind of thing, rip. But otherwise, to simulate the doors opening and shutting, it's now going to instead stop at the door, wait a couple seconds, open the door, continue. I do need to write a couple conditions in, like, oh, if it's actively chasing the player, to just open the door, not give a crap. If I haven't already, I have no idea, to be honest. Otherwise, it wouldn't be very effective if the AI just stopped for a couple seconds, opened the door, and then kept chasing the player. You need it to just continue. Right, this needs to be down here. So I am going to look into the light reflective probes in just a moment, which I shall do with you guys, so you can... Whoops. Did not mean to do that. I've just opened everything up by accident. So the two that need to be not... Also, thanks for the bonk. The two things that need to not be tied down by parent objects is the player and the AI, because they're going to want to be moving from area to area anyway. I'm not going to mess around with the occlusion culling just yet. Also, if you wanted to get fancy with your roofs, I guess you could kind of do what I did for these corner walls and create divots around the edge borders, so that way they tidy up a little bit more, but you don't have to. I'm not going to bother doing that with my roof here, to be honest. Yeah, that just opened up everything. I didn't even know that was keyboard shortcut, and I hit it by accident. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is grab all of this. No. The roof I'm actually gonna turn on. We don't want the player selected or any canvases. So we only want right now all the AI navis are in here. I do need to set up a couple more over here for the AI to go wandering along there. Where's that spacer wall? Okay, that's not needed.
Fuck off, dog.
I'm just making sure I have pretty much everything. Okay, yeah, that should be everything there. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna create create empty parents not there. Crap. Right, hold on. Let's actually just move a player out of here. Thanks for the quack. Trying to make sure that I select all the parents here. Because here's the thing as well, I can just drag and drop the whole lot to a different part of the thing so I can select them more properly in a minute. Yeah, that's true. Right, navigation and event system we do not need to be dragged into the middle of all of this. And oh yeah, some of the AI navis, but not all. Not that one. Not that one. There we go. Think that's everything? Drag this. I'm gonna drag this all to below here. Thanks.
No, you ain't getting anything now.
Right, there we go. Now I think... Yeah, here we go. We're gonna call this Area 1. Now we can grab a player and move him back in. Actually, I'm gonna keep a player out of here for... Although it won't be considered into light map baking, I'm gonna keep them and the AI out of these areas. Right, where's the Area 1? Collapse that. So all of this here... oh yeah, this needs to belong in Area 1. Because that's the roof for there. Now then, all of this stuff here, belongs to Area 2, which we're going to create a parent for and call it Area 2. This way I can just minimize, go Area 1, Area 2, simple as, that kind of thing. So everything apart from the doors is going to be static. Okay, so I'm going to hit yes at first. I'm going to do the same here, actually. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get every door holder and turn off the static. Yes, changing children. Because those are the doors themselves. Obviously, doors are not static unless you plan on never opening the thing. So you don't need to bake a light map to them. Okay, the next part is we do need to actually get a material for the doors. Who's pinging me? By the way, if this does go as planned, this will be this will be available on itch either later today or tomorrow to play around with. The whole idea of this is that this build is just to test things, have fun, make sure it works, and not going to blow up anyone's computers. If I'm being completely honest. Right, this is where the 0.1 movement comes in. Also, I need to set this to... let's just call it wall. This is obviously going to be floor. And all of these should already be set to wall, yeah. So we're actually going to name these area to roof. And area to floor. And then on top of that, because this does have a whole mesh thing, alright, yeah, override area, not walkable. They didn't tell you override for areas, by the way, for the AIs. You just hit override area and then set it to not walkable or walkable. Yep, I'll give her one of her cheesy treats right now. Give me a sec, chat. Right, I'm back. Sorry, just had to show family something. Ah, frick, I've messed up where my monitor is sat now. I'm very picky about where my monitor sits in relation to me. If it off from where they normally are sat, I know about it, and it's nightmare fuel. Right, okay, so that's that. We're gonna rename this one's roof as well. There we go. Oh yeah, I just marked that as full in. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't really matter what layer it is. This is more for the AI, and it doesn't care whether the layer it's on is floor or not. It just cares about what it's doing, about where it's going more than anything. So yeah, this is kind of like. Well, that's interesting. Did I accidentally change the camera's rendering? Oh wait, no, I moved outside, didn't I? Whoops. Where is the player? There it is. And as you can see there, like, the, it is not on the nav mesh, so it's screaming. There we go. Right, that should be those arrows gone. So yeah, as you can see, this is the lighting so far in here. This isn't even baked yet. I think it looks pretty good. For starting off. AI caused a little like spike there. Ah, frick. That's an issue. The fuck? Hold on, let me pause. Ah, frick. Right, scene. Let's turn off lighting. Where is the player? It's definitely in area 1. What's going on here? Why is the door holder open? Okay, this is a problem I've just realized.
It's amazing how strong that song was.
Huh? Fucking lo-fi being weird again? Lo-fi always throws you off with some vocal part and it's like, huh? Lo-fi is just weird. Right, there we go. Hold on a minute. Wait, hold on. That's not the close. Right, hold on. Issue here. Seems that some of my animations are a little mixed up on what they're meant to be. This will actually fix it for all the doors. There we go. Then the problem here, I presume, is that the open is closing. Yeah, it is. Also, the other problem here is, that I've already noticed, is that these... Right. Fuck, I've just realized I need to make these changes outside of stuff. Wait, hold on. No, has this fixed it? Yeah, it has. Okay, good. So, a couple problems we need to fix here as well, with all the doors here. And that's their... By the way, me fixing that fixes it like that, fixes it for all the doors. So, we want the center to be here. Let's set that to 0. That to 0. So then let's increase this to 0.5. Nope. 2.5. No. 0.2 does seem to do... No, it doesn't actually. How low is that? Right, we'll go 0.1. Then we'll go... 1.5. Oh, 2. 3? Yeah, 3 seems to do the trick on that. Then we go to about 1, 2.5. That's a lot better for the doors. Because raycasts involve hitting the colliders of an object. So if you're going to have a door that's going to block a raycast from firing through it and stop the AI from directly seeing the player, this is what you need here. So this is how you know that this is... One. 0.2. No, 0.15. Let's do 0.15. That seems like a good thickness for the doors. So that's all of the door holders set to this. Now we've got the next problem that the door holders don't seem to be moving their yeah, you see this? The door holders seem to be lacking the doors themselves. Because if I go over to this one here, yep. That one's got its door on. This is important things to check before you go launching builds and stuff. Otherwise people may get confused why a door isn't moving. So in the way I've built these doors is that the doors are ending up being what's the word? Aesthetic. The doors themselves are basically just a floating collider. Also, this is the tedious fixing no one wants to end up having to do. But it happens. That one's correct, and now that one. Right, that's area 1 cleaned up on the door holders. Any in area 2? When I set the doors up properly in the other map areas, they are going to be prefab, so that way I can set the default for all of them, and then just individually add to them their little things. Also, these roofs need a different texture, because I do want to texture these up a little bit, so that they're not just flat. Also, we can go on that screen. I can probably get rid of that material experiment. Okay, so let me think a moment. I have 2 of these. So yeah, this is what I normally use for door wood. You know, I'm actually gonna by the way, apart from just Substance Painter, apart from just using the Substance Painter community stuff, there's another place you can go to get some pretty good materials, which I shall show you in a second. And this is it here. This is a free-to-use website, and if you're worried about the license, these are Creative Commons public domain license if you're worried about the license for these. Freedom to use, so yeah, the Creative Commons CC0 license gives you near limitless freedom to use the materials of other assets. You can copy, modify, distribute, and perform the assets even for commercial process, all without asking permission. You can include the raw files in your projects, for example, a video game. They have a link to the full context of this license if you want to go more in depth. And then they say you don't need to give credit, but I would of course appreciate it if you did anyways. You can do so using this thing. I'm going to include this in my game because it's always nice to give to give the credit back to sites like this, because this site has been around for developers for a while, and it's even referenced in a major Unity how-to book that I've had that's at least 4 to 5 years old. So like, it's always important to check the licenses. This ambient CG is really nice with the fact that they allow you to just, they have all of this here, easy for you to read. That's if you're interested in the licenses and worried about it, feel free to go through that. So we can do like door, that has no reference. We can go for wood, that will give us more materials like this. But like, yeah, at least here you know the licenses are reliable. So what we can do, also some of these materials are Substance Painter. Possibly. The others in here may or may not be charged. I've had issues with 2 batteries coming off 2 very specific slots. Let me set up the battery charger, because I unplugged it for a moment. I don't know why I've had issues with it, it's just something that has been a pain in the ass. What kind of material do you guys think I should go for these doors? Like, there's wood 028, which I'm not sure what wood. I don't know the names of woods off the top of my head. I don't want to go for a planked-like one. I don't think that'd be good for a door. Can go for worn wood, actually. Give me a sec to double check what walnut looks like. Any particular type of walnut? Because it seems to hint that there's 2 types. Also, these aren't named by the wood types here. That looks like it may be black walnut. Actually, I do like this one. I'm going to browse through here and then use my main web browser to actually download stuff. So that way you guys can see... Damn it. Yeah. By the way, little thing as well. Especially if you're a student in the game dev, if you don't want to commit heresy to a true creative arts teacher, always go for the PNGs. A true creative art teacher, if you take a JPEG, good luck, basically. Oh, it uses these words. Oh, this is a nice collection. Actually, Alex, do you want to pick out these here? Just give me a number from left to right and I'll go for it. But yeah, I've learned the hard way. If you store as a JPEG, it's like you've committed a heinous crime to teachers. 1, 2, 3. This one? And like, the teachers do have good reasons for wanting, for going nuts for you using a JPEG instead of a PNG. Because JPEGs are compressed. I'm going to download the 2K, because if needs be, I can downgrade the image quality to 1K. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So like they lose colors because the colors start to blend and stuff. And well, you may have your fancy texturing softwares, which will save in PNG, by the way. All they are images at the end of the day. And yeah, so like if you go for JPEG, you'll lose some of the color quality in that, compared to if you go in PNG, where they're pretty much stored in their full glory. So yeah, if you want to anger a teacher, fastest way I could probably guarantee is you use JPEG as your image storer. I really do need to store materials between And that also goes for photo editing. Don't store as a JPEG if you can help it. It's different if you have no option, but if you've got a camera with a good amount of storage space, and also class 10 is the best one because also filming, it saves the data faster, SDs. Save as PNG, because it'll save in a better quality and everything. Like, the difference between 1K JPEG and 1K PNG may not be noticeable at first, but if you know, you know. Also gives you more stuff to work with as well. Yeah. That's just a little background of how not to anger a teacher, or how to anger a teacher. At least teachers I knew. Teachers are like the fucking space marines of reality. You commit heresy for using JPEGs. Alright, what I do want to do is use a shader graph. We're gonna call this wood 007. And we're gonna label it SG for short for shader graph. So this way we know so that way we know this stuff. Then we're gonna go wood SG wood 007 matte SG. Open this up. So yeah, I do like to use these because I feel these give me a little more control over stuff I can do. Also, we're gonna add in a vector too. We're gonna call it tiling. Tiling. Yeah, we're gonna call it tiling. And then also we're gonna create another one called offset. So what this will do is what I can do is call in something here called tiling on offset for here. We can go plug this one in, which by default we will set to 1 and 1. If you're used to normal materials, you will recognize tiling and offset. Fuck. That was an accident. I keep forgetting that there's a mass minimize tool. Like that, I'm not even sure what the hell I hit by accident. Okay, yeah, these also need to be set to normal maps. There we go, that's 1. Don't want that screaming at me. Also, there are other types of maps that do come in handy. Like, cookies are useful because they're how you can give a light more texture. Like, if you want a light to have rings on it, that's how you do it. They look a lot like a roughness or smoothness, or even ambient. No. What are they called? Emission maps. They look a lot like a emission map, to be honest. Because they follow that same principle of where it's black, don't let light through, where it's white, do let light through, and then the grey is like let a certain amount of light through. So yeah, if I go over to a normal material, for you guys, if I have one. I know I have one, it's just a matter of finding the buggers. This is tiling and offset here. Tiling obviously have the scale of the wood. Offset is like you moving it across the surface. So the advantage of setting this up like this is that you can create multiple materials with the shader graph slapped in, and then because this is a shader, not a material, so also as in minute 30, I swear that's meant to be a 3-minute warning, I guess. What the fuck's wrong with it? So we go into here, so you'll see here, like when I plug this into the base map here, this is set to 1 right now. But then I can start changing it to 2 and 2, which it gets a little smaller. It's not actually so the map is, the texture is getting smaller and being shrunk, so then you can get a lot more of its pattern in. Then offset does the difference of moving it. So like, I'll show you, if I was to move this 0.5, you see how the texture has moved over. Still the same texture. There's no like off-screen amount to the texture, because when textures are applied, they are just repeated over and over and over again across this infinite grid. So technically, if you just set this to 2 and 2, the entire texture, because it would just move the entire texture over by 1, and it'd be the exact same. Sorry, I'm probably over-explaining on stuff I don't need to. But all of this, you don't need fancy tools to do it with. The fancy tools make it easier. But in reality, an artist could make these. Artists used to make these before the fancy tools came along, and in some cases artists still do make them. Because they are just, especially the stylized art games, they are sometimes just better to be made by an artist. Oh yeah, we want to as well shove this in here. Also, another thing I better do, I'm gonna create a float and call it, By the way, if you hear people talk about Vector 1 in older tutorials, and you go to use the newer versions, it's called a float. A Vector 1 is a fancy way for saying one number. Da da da. Connection to Discord's getting a little frazzly. Okay, so we're gonna call this normal strength. So instead of plugging this straight into normal map, we're gonna plug this into normal strength. We don't want it going into the strength here. Instead, we want it going into here, then this into here. Then this over into here instead. Then on top of that, we are going to set this by default to 1. This gives the artificial relief to a object. Also, we're going to hit save asset, by the way, so now you'll see this will update here to this. So I can change it. I keep forgetting, keep forgetting how to change this. But as you can see, this is all appearing here now. And this is unique to this material rather than the entire shader. So we want the roughness next. The roughness, depending on how it's built, you'll either have to invert its colors, or you can just plug them in. It depends on how things work. This looks to be definitely built up correctly for a Unity project. Because as you'll notice, instead of being called roughness, it's called smoothness. Which gets complicated because that means normally you would have to invert your roughness map to match a smoothness map. It's an awkward way Unity works. But like, if you were to do that, it can be fairly simple. Okay, so the problem we're suffering here is that the door is inside of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab all the cube ones here and start slapping this on all of them. Problem is remembering which one you've already done. The way we'll work it out is we'll just go around the map for every doorway and take a look. If I miss one, I miss one. Also, really sorry if I am over-explaining and people are getting annoyed at it. It's just part of the way I work. I like sharing my knowledge of the little I do know in this industry. So, yep, that's all of them done. So as you can see now, all of these have these doors, which if I give them a moment to render, we'll turn the gizmos off, we'll try and find one in the light, or we'll just hit play and walk about. I will eventually switch the AI audio around. So it's a little hard to make out with this right now. But that's what they look like. Also, if anyone's wondering how I solved the big lag crash of the doors, at the start of the game, use this method where you have a start position, because the way this works is that by having a start position set to closed, you don't need to worry about it playing through this one. So then all you need to do is set a condition transition to open for the first time opening, and then it'll go back to using open close. It just saves a lot of loading processing power if it just stays put, rather than going, oh, I'm set to open, now closing. Because the problem is as well, more often than not, I'm guessing most of you like me will have your doors and stuff set to their closed positions when you build the world. The problem with that is that all the doors suddenly flick to open and then close. Whereas if you set them to closed at either end of this start position, you don't have that, and it saves you that little extra processing power. Right, okay. So next I'm gonna get a wall texture. I do have a couple of wallpaper textures that are hidden in here. Also, if there's any issues with stream, feel free to let me know. Materials. To be fair, I should move this over. It's like, in here, I do have some, like, this plaster wall one here. Which gives it... It's a little shiny, to be honest. Also, that's another reason why I would recommend Shader Graph. Shader Graph, it has an actual smoothness map slot. Here it doesn't. So, let's actually create that. Shader Graph. URP, lit. Shade, plaster. 05. Shader Graph. We'll actually give it a full name, actually. Better naming convention. Then we'll create a material, which we will call it plaster 05 SG for short. Dump that onto that. Let's close this tab for now because we do not need it anymore. Hit save on that. So we're going to do our usual. We're going to create a float for normal strength. Then we're going to create 2 vector 2s, 1 tiling, and 1 offset. There we go. We've got our ones there. So here we have a color, which is rather grey, to be honest. But that's all good. We'll plug that into there. We'll create our tiling and offsets node. Plug it into here. We can now close this up. We'll set this to 1 and 1. I was just trying to see if I could automatically hook it up there, but apparently not. Oh well. No, we don't need to do that. Right, we can collapse that down to that state. We can even collapse it to there. Because we can just drag and drop more. Right, this is this place. Oh, fuck. That bloody broke. Sorry about that, everyone. Let's refresh it. There we go. That played properly. There you go. Jeez, my bit. Hi, Moon. How are you? Right, so we've got the 2 normal maps here. I'm not even sure what DX and GL mean. I'll need to look into that. That's how broken stream was for a moment there. Whoops. Right. Plug this into normal string. The in. We can collapse that. We get this. Plug this into here. Plug this into here. But how are you, Moon? Right, where's the normal map? Roughness. Here we go. Again, we plug this into here. So the reason why I'm using the normal map and the tiling and offsets, for anyone curious, to plug into all of these, is that this way the maps stay consistent with each other. They don't get offset. This way the texture stays consistent and nothing messy should happen. So instead of this shiny stuff, we get this instead as our wall texture, which isn't anywhere near as shiny, and to be honest, in my opinion, a lot better, and not flat either. So if we go around quickly doing a little paint job of everything, and here's the great thing about this, right? You can create variants, such as like you can go say we want a green or blue one. First thing we can do is we'll go into here, we'll create a color and call it base color. Let's actually move this to above these, and then we can open this up a little bit because this is the base color here. Actually, no, never mind, forget that a moment. We'll add this to an add, and then plug this into here, then this into here. Set. So it appears as the same texture, right? But say that we wanted a blue version, and we'll just call this Plaster 05 Blue, and we'll add a little shader graph onto it so we know what it is. So that's the shader graph there set up. It looks exactly the same as before. But instead, we can change it blue, and it does not affect the rest of the shader graph at all. You know what, I'm actually going to disconnect the, I'm going to reset the lo-fi. See if that cleans up a little bit. Just change the song altogether. There we go. So like, this is what you can do with the shader graph if you so wish to. There is like the whole, oh, you're creating a whole new shader, but it's creating a shader without the programming. Because that's normally how you would go about creating a shader. You'd program it. And I have not learned anything about shader programming at all. So unless I wanted to create something like a toon shader, I will happily just stick to this for now. We'll actually use this for now. This just gives a little life to the walls. I really do need to clean up my materials folder though. And the best part about this is, if you accidentally apply the wrong thing and you can't find the shaders, you can legit just go down to shader graphs and then find your custom-made shader graph. And it will apply it to the material. And just have fun with it from there. You know, I may actually switch back to the stream beats soon. on, there's 2 walls here. Which one is that one? We don't need 2 walls inside. We don't need walls within walls. Hold on a minute. There's actually a simple way of sorting this. No, it was only that wall. Interesting. Wait, hold on. I just realized it was literally only that, crap. Accidents like this happen all the time, to be honest, in game dev. There we go. Just making sure I don't have any overlapping walls and stuff as well as I go along. Because no point rendering 2 walls inside of each other for the price of 1. I mean, 1 for the price of 2. I mean, sorry. If you ever have accidental walls like that, just make sure to delete them. Like, if you know it's the same wall inside of the same wall. If it's just 2 walls that overlap, then fine. If you can't clean up at all. These are just like some little... I think the wall over there is not painted. Also, like, this is just like a little change to the map that can make so much difference. If you spend all the time just slapping on some random material. That kind of works with everything. I am gonna get a different roof one. You know what, let's actually just turn off the roof for now. Save me from the awkward moving about. You know what, yeah, it's breaking up a little bit, so we'll go slash stop. We'll just put back on stream beats. There we go. There we go, we're almost done. Yep, that's all of that done. Fastest way to check all this. There we go. Okay, that's an issue. Weird. So now we've kind of plastered everything up. Also, now we can just change the whole color if we wanted to. Let's actually give it a little bit more towards warmer color. Oh yeah, forgot about this door frame here. There we go. That's a whole lot plastered up now. Right, roofs next. Where's Firefox? What kind of material would you guys expect to be on a roof? On the ceiling? If anyone's there that wants to give input. Is that a Ko-Fi link? Give me a sec. I'm curious now. Is it? Yes, it is. Nice to know ambient CG is still going, then. Because Ko-Fi is what? Only come out in the last year or two? Trying to think. No, not cloud ceilings. No, I don't need that. Ah! You know, for now we'll go plaster, but we'll give it a, So we'll actually use this, we'll create a ceiling mat for, this. Plaster. 005. Hold on, let me actually track down this soundtrack, because I don't like this one. I'm gonna finally get around to removing it and remove it right now. Nah. So, we now have a ceiling one here. We're gonna change this to a dark... kind of like brown. Right, okay, area roof 2 is up first. I kind of want it to be a bit darker. Problem is like, black is, like, on one of the alphas. Let's turn the alpha off. It's like, I think... it's a little awkward to work with, when the alpha is treated as a... words. Oh yeah, I forgot to change that. So yeah, that should be... Okay, that's not. So that should help give a little extra detail to this. Right, let's turn off roof 2 for a moment. Then we want to turn on roof area 1's roof. There we go. Yeah, no, it's this one. We'll get a better roof pattern. Actually, what I could use If I could somehow... If I could get this plaster here. Painted plaster. Okay. So if we open up Firefox, I know where to find this. Also, like, this is a good place to go hunt down your plasters. Because, like, this is... No, that's the plaster I'm using there. But it does have variants of it. No, they don't have any clean ones. Is this a substance painted material? Okay, this is good, actually. An SBSAR. Fuck, where the hell is that stored? Okay, it's stored in downloads. So, let's grab this. Oh, PC hating me a little bit for a moment there. So, there's a good reason for me downloading that right there. Plaster is 001. We're gonna label it SP, as in 3 minutes, everyone. SP for Substance Painter. So, what these are raw Substance Painter folders. Actually, let's go import new assets. Downloads. Damn. Wait, is the Substance Painter folder not here? Give me a sec. I know what I need to do here, I think. Oh, AI navigation has an update. I'll do those in a moment. So, this is more important. At least for today's stream. Oh, I've gone 2 hours, but I'm fucking tired of game development. It's the Wraith, to be honest. Me using Wraith has kind of become a big thing with me in game development, because it just helps me focus. And, like, you get, not necessarily Wraith, you guys probably have had similar things with, like, similar type of energy drinks and stuff, where, like, they just, for some reason, and you don't know why, they help you focus. Especially if you're not a job like me that is flying off the walls and whacking bombs in games with a hammer, for shits and giggles. Which, by the way, you guys will be seeing me, on Satisfactory likely using bombs at aliens. I.e. cluster C4 if I get my hands on it. Because cluster C4 is just too much fun in that game. Okay, so... What's that? Simple reliable UDP. Oh yeah, not sure if everyone's heard. I mean, it's hard to miss the news, to do with this. Oh yeah, this is... Oh, it has an update. Let's update it. The Unity CEO is standing down, and in place is a former MIT president that is taking place. So that's a little news update for that. Let's import. Also, another reason why I'm using these, I do not have access to Substance Painter, so there's no point me trying to create Substance Painter grade materials on my own when I'm not an artist. This song I will admit I have intermittent moods about. So that should bring Substance Painter stuff back in. So, also another thing, where was it? I recently acquired this under YouTuber Code Monkey's thing. What this supposedly allows you to integrate into your game is a means for you to set up a system for players to send directly from from in-game to your email little feedback slips as a method of input. I've snatched it because I may end up using it. It sounds like a good idea. I need to double check what some of these are because they sounded good and I've forgotten what they are. Actually, this is really good. Well, I did set up a little editor script of my own for Missing Reference Finder. This is great. Also, yes, I did use ChatGPT to help with that. We don't have a demo. Let's just grab these. So essentially this will find all things that are like, oh, missing reference, and you have trouble finding. This will find them for you, so you just track them down. I don't need to upgrade that right now. Basically, I've done a little trick here, by the way, for anyone curious, where these are all stored on my external hard disk. My 4TB external hard disk. Now, the way you can do this, instead of it being stored in the exact same place that Unity is stored, is that you create the same folder, as where they're normally stored, and you turn that folder where it's normally stored as a shortcut to the new folder, named the exact same way. There can be some complicated ways to do them. You can probably do it the simple way of calling it a shortcut and then just renaming it to its original name, so just send it. But it's a nice little way you can tell it, oh, here's the external save data, where to save all of these. So like, you'll see most of these don't have a download icon and they have re-download. That's how I'm storing them elsewhere. I do want to set my own little blueprint scripts though as well. I need to figure out how to do that. It's messy from when I tried doing it last. Anyway, back onto not there. External. As you can now see, we now have access to all of this here. There's the substance painted stuff there. There's the material that contains it. We're gonna ignore that material that contains it. We can probably use this as a normal map because that height map is actually designed to be a bit of a normal map. So here we go. Time to get on with messy Master 001 SP SG Mat. And then we're gonna create our wonderful shader graph again. Plaster 001 SP SG shader graph to help determine the difference between the shader graph and stuff even more. Also, we're gonna hit save here, save there. So we're gonna do our usual of, we're actually gonna add in the category, huh? I wonder if that's just fancy splitter. It is. Basically adds these little drop down things, I think. There's still a lot I don't know. But I'm having fun doing so in the process. Base color. Also, as you can see here, you can add in text. Not sure what you would use texture 3D for. Not come across texture 3D before, but you can add in little plugins as well for that type of stuff. Base color. Tiling. I meant to go for floats, but fuck it. Not vector free. We don't want vector freeze. We're not doing fucking positions and stuff right now. Tiling. No, this is the offset. Then we want the normal map, normal strength. Also, you can get that Substance Painter add-on, by the way, for free in the Unity Asset Store. It enables you to import Substance Painter assets. Which also I will be including the Substance Painter logo into the credit screen that I'm going to be creating, potentially off stream, depending on how easily distracted I get and stuff. Okay, so first up, we want to make sure the normal map, yep, that's automatically been set up correctly. Base color. We'll slap that in here. Also, we'll need to get our tiling and offset as usual. No, not that. That's the fucking thing on its own. Oh, it's 1L. I'm dumb. Don't expect me to spell anything right, chat. I am terrible at spelling. And yet somehow I'm a programmer. It doesn't make sense, but... It doesn't make sense at all, but it works. Kind of shows that you only need some more understanding of spelling to be a programmer. It helps being great at spelling, but not the only thing you ever need. Right, there we go. So yeah, that height map we're just going to dump in and treat as a normal map instead. Not a normal map, a roughness map. Close that part down. Slap that into an add. We want that into B. Drag that in. Slap that into there. There we go. That's all slapped together. Delightful. Shrink that down. Not sure how well this is going to work out, but this is normally how I roll with my game development. I see something that looks potentially like something, I'll slap it together. If it works, it doesn't. As long as it doesn't go nuclear on me, even better. If it works, no. If it works, it's even better. But as long as it doesn't go nuclear, I'm happy. Very weird way to work around stuff, but fuck it. Oh, that's interesting. And with that, we can just do a quick slap on. Also, where's the other roof? We need the area 2 roof now. There we go. Nope, missed. Let's turn on the lighting so it all renders up nicely. There we go. Thank you. Basically, these streams are the most nerdiest you'll ever see me be. Especially when I'm chug some of my special Wraith. Right, okay, now on to part 2. We're going to start with area 1 on this. So we'll collapse area 2 on this. So, let's open up here. So, let's go... Also, sorry for the flashbang. Unity... Lights... Probes. So this is like probe... fuck. Please tell me this is full stock mode. Hold on, let me double check something. Firefox... have a force dark mode. Da-da-da. In the menu bar at the top of the screen, click Firefox and select Preferences. Give me a sec. Where the fuck is my preferences? Give me a sec. Let me drag this over here. God damn it. I can't do it with Firefox. Shit. Okay, let's scrap Firefox for now. Fuck it, we're going for the heavier approach. Because I don't want to flashbang you guys, and I don't want to flashbang my eyes, because that fucking hurts. New window. Here we go. So, this is kind of like what light probes are. Light probes provide a way to capture and use information about light that passing through the empty space in your scene, similar to light maps. Light probes store baked information about lighting in your scene. The difference is that while light maps store lighting information about light hitting surfaces in your scene, light probes store information about light passing through the empty space in your scene. Light probes are positions in the scene, There's one that looks like a big ball. Or is that it? Reflection probes, I think it is what I'm thinking of. Maybe? I don't fucking know, actually. Fuck it, we're trying something. Light. Where's the fucking reflection probe here? Why is it all the way out there? Thank you. Here we are. Yeah, so this is like a reflection probe here. I do want to try this. We are going to reduce this down to 1024. Also, we're going to go to our external maps here, external. And we are actually going to downgrade these to 1024, I think, for now. I don't know what the resize algorithm is. I'm also trying to save time here, because I don't want to put all my effort into this here, because this is meant to be just a playground, effectively, for you guys. $10.24. There we go. Let's just speed track to here, select material. That's one of the fast ways you can move to a object. Like in the future, I'll get like 4080 textures type stuff and store them, and then have like on the render scale everything compressed down to fucking 1024 for the lowest, and then 4080 for the highest kind of thing. But for now, I'm just going 1024. Right, so we have reflection probe here. What do reflection probes do, though? That's my question. Reflection probes. CG films and animations commonly feature highly realistic reflections, which are important for giving sense of connectedness among object scenes. However, the accuracy of reflections probes come with a high cost in processor time, and while it's not a one for films, it severely limits the use of reflective objects in real-time games. Traditionally, games have used a technique called reflection mapping to simulate reflections from This technique assumes can see and therefore the exact surroundings. This works quite well for the game's main character, shiny car, say, if it's in an open space, but is unconvincing when the character passes into a different surrounding. It looks strange if a car drives into a tunnel, but the sky is still visibly reflective in its windows. Unity improves on basic reflection mapping through the use of reflection probes, which allow the visual environment to be stapled at strategic points in the scene. Okay, I don't have any reflective, so I can probably ignore these. You should genuinely place them at every point where the appearance of a reflective object would change, notably e.g. tunnels, areas, Okay, so I don't need to worry about these. Okay. Let's not worry about a reflective probe right now, then. So, I wonder how I can use that light probe group. Again, I hate that these are spawning in the middle of a void instead of at 0, which is right here. Kind of in the center. Right, okay, let's see how these work. Light probes. Here we go. An extreme sample. I don't want to see the programming behind it, thank you, actually. Right, okay, so light probe groups. To place light probes in your scenes, you must use game objects with a light probe group components attached. You can add a light probe group component in the menu component rendering light probe group. You can add the light probe group component to any game objects in the scene. However, it's good practice to create a new empty game object. Create menu, add it to that. To decrease the possibility of accidentally removing it from the project. And edit light. To make changes to a light this changes Unity so you can only move and edit the light probes. You must remember to disable it when you are finished. You cannot move or Okay. I don't know where it's added this. Right, add probe. I don't know how to see this thing. Oh right, I have gizmos turned off, don't I? I'm an idiot. Oh, this is how I see the little thing. So like, I add them... Da-da. Okay, this is going to be interesting for me. I may actually also add a couple of reflection probes. So apparently that let me double check what I read there. Enable remove the. Okay, so that makes them less accurate having that enabled. Don't know why it's enabled by default, to be honest, but you know. I've never used light map probes, by the way, everyone. So I think if I was to, like, do this, I could essentially... I don't know how to work these, actually. I may look at a couple of tutorials after stream. Because I want to use these, because these will help out with the lighting a lot. But for now, we'll try a little experiment. Of just seeing how these guys perform. Let's duplicate selected. And then shove it in the corner properly. Because I'm just feeling a little nosy about this. Because, like, this is all new to me. Let's exit this. Okay, this may or may not crash some stuff. Positive. Right. Okay, so first, before we do this, we need to turn the lights back. Also, we're going to add in a reflective probe as well. Lights. Reflection probe. We're just going to add one in the center here. This will help us see a little bit more. Right, Wonder how these things work. High definition. We're gonna edit this to 4 in height. Actually, we'll edit this to 2. Because as we move this up to center... Yeah. I think that's... No, it needs to be 4. Because it's going 1 in each direction. Right, there we go. That should be about right. Actually, let's do 3.5. That feels like that might be better. And then we'll go 20 by 20, which I think... No. 25. No. 4? Yeah, that's about right. 22.5 as well, because it's about the same all the way around. Right, we'll now put on the roofs, but with... Hopefully this doesn't crash anything. Areas to roof, where is it? Let's drag them under area 1. Okay, I'm gonna do something actually. light map and no, light and reflective probe test. Pre-test, we're gonna label this. Ah, that's a lot to add there. Hopefully this doesn't crash stream or anything. And hopefully it's not massive. Okay, it's not massive. Okay, good. This should only take a moment. And hopefully stream won't crash in the meantime. I'm just uploading this to my source control so that way it's there, it's safe. Don't need to care anymore, basically. Yep, stream crashed for a moment. Yep, there goes the internet tanking. There we go. Stream should be fully back up for everyone. Let me just quickly refresh to make sure that it is. Ah, it's apparently unstable right now. But it'll stable out in a sec. I mean, honestly, Twitch is lying to me right now. Because I'm at about 4K bitrate. There we go. It's annoying because sometimes you have to refresh to get the like, it'll happily tell you when shit hits the fan with a bitrate. But then, like, you have to go through the pain of, it won't always tell you that, oh, it's back up to good. Like, you'll hover over bitrate, it'll save the normal levels. But, like, it'll be red still. And next to the, like, oh, you're live. Excellent unstable, it'll still say unstable until you refresh it, and it's really fucking annoying. And it may just be my web browser reacting to Twitch. Probably, normally is the case. But it's annoying, still an annoying thing, nonetheless. We'll ignore this for now. Okay, my GPU may hate me any second for this. I don't have auto-generate on because it starts baking every 5 seconds and that's not a good thing. You're better off just doing stuff. And there you go, there's my GPU there. I still need to update my about section on what my motherboard is. Give me a second, actually. I might as well do that while I wait. Because there's legitimately nothing I can do while... my ears. While I'm waiting. So, go to... Let's go to schedule... No, not schedule. Oh, it started. Hopefully this doesn't take a while. Otherwise, I'll just save that for off stream. Oh. Stream may crash, by the way. Heads up. Because stream requires encoding, which is typically done by the GPU. Let me just quickly edit this. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to edit. Where's my PC specs? Because I know I have a panel full of them. Or at least I did. Did Twitch eat my panel about my specs? No, I found it. MSI MPG Be 550. There you go, everyone. I've now edited that to be up to date. Also, I've noticed that the latest follower panel seems to be broken right now. How can I configure this? Authorize. Yes, Twitch login. Authorize. Basically, Twitch doing the usual changing privacy stuff, so that way your panels may break. Feel free to check that out if you are streaming my chat. Check your own out, I mean, if you have the latest followers stuff. Because that seems to be a pain in the butt thing that has happened recently. Twitch has done a few things that have caused things to go nuts. That's frustrating. Anyway, that panel's back up. Is this done? Ah, fuck. It's apparently going to take 1 hour 30. Which is typical. Or is it? If it is, I'm just going to do some editing of About page before switching to a game. Because I'll suffer off stream with the waiting. If this is the case. By the way, what game would you guys like to... I just realized I was in progress, which means some of you won't be able to hear me. Ah! Oh yeah, the Guilds and Sea of Thieves are coming out on the 19th, which is when Season 10 is hitting. Also, nice thing as well, by the way, Overwatch have now added, not sure how long it's been there because I only just started playing it again a little bit recently. They've now added a way for you to earn the heroes outside of the battle passes once the season is over that they were included in. I think that's the way it works. Might be in the season too, but however it works, it works. Basically, the timer I'm looking at here is down here in the bottom right corner that you'll be able to see. Also, a little thing you do, if you click that bar there, you can see the background tasks here. So, like, that's how long it's apparently going to take at the minute, with streaming and everything. It would go faster if I wasn't live, potentially, and if I don't play anything, but knowing me, I'm going to play something while this happens, off stream. But once the baking's done and I've made the credits screen, on the main UI, main menu UI, I am going to then start. I'm gonna release it once the baking is done and everything, and I'm happy with it. And then on top of that, I'm going to start adding little tasks for the players to do in this. While in the background, I'm going to actually flesh out a good, hopefully a good map. I've decided to go ahead with my Mind Palace type setup. And it's going to be a little bit reminiscent of the first ever map you guys will have seen of me working on for the Lost Souls. It's going back to its roots, effectively, but with a lot of changes to it. I'm actually starting to think properly now about the map design, which is the biggest anchor it's been for me. Just calming down, getting the thoughts in line. But like, since I've been, to be honest, writing things down helps a lot in game dev. Like, not typing, but writing. Whether you're writing that on pen and paper, or as I've discovered sometimes when I'm in VR chat and got nothing to do and there's pens about, I do in there. Yes, I am one of those pen drawers now that I have a VR kit. That I can hook into my PC. It's just a little thing that can go a mile. What are you up to, Athena? It's okay. Athena, come here. Come here. Athena, come here. Come here. Athena, where are you going? What's this? This yours? Yeah. Peanuts on the prowl. I wish there was a pause button on the baking, to be honest. You know what? Yeah, we'll just do this later. Okay, so for this next part, what we're going to do is we are going to go to my assets, scenes, the main menu. So let's get rid of this crossfade for now, so we can actually start designing properly. So a couple of things I'm gonna need is the Substance Painter logo. Which I know, yes, it's changed because Substance Painter is now with Adobe, but we're still gonna use the Substance Painter logo. Oh, unfortunately, the internet will give us what I want to use is the watermark for it. Let's see if we can find the credit logo. Because I'd rather use one that I know is going to be good. Is there a way... Hold on, let me actually check the Unity folder itself. Adobe Substance Painter. How to runtime editor. Assets. That's frustrating. Not that one. Because what I want to do is give credit to Substance Painter. To the software. No, fuck, I don't want... Right, I've accidentally cut off Painter. No, not the credits. Images. Fuck it, I'll use this for now. This is genuinely the pain in the butt, by the way, with Substance Painter stuff. With finding credits. I want to give credits to them. But, give me a sec. You know what? We'll also go to here. Ambient CGO. License. You can use the short and neat URLs to link to assets on Ambience. Frick. This is a pain in the butt. Right, okay, so we have the title screen placeholder. So main menu, Right, what we want to add in is a new, we're going to turn off the main menu here. What we're going to do is add in a create UI what is it? Let's just add panel for now. This is, to me, an important part of game development. Giving credit where it's due. Because it's very easy to just yoink an asset and not think again about who made it. Just in case, what we're going to do is we're gonna activate the gizmos here. Then we're going to add a so we're gonna add a scroll view here. We're gonna get rid of a site. We're going to no vertical, horizontal. There we go. Horizontal we can get rid of. Scroll bar horizontal we'll also get rid of. The background we shall turn the alpha down on. Nah, actually we'll add the contents. Is that it? No. Right, okay, so the scroll view we're actually gonna content. No, freck. Trying to think a moment, sorry. Right, what I want to do is right, no. We only want that and center it. And we want to get the top and bottom to shrink. But that's not how we do it. So we go to about there. 240. Let's actually go to about 50 here. Then we take this to 0. There we go. We centered it now. So that's it's about there. Right, the content. Frick. So this is where the content starts coming in. We'll anchor in the center. Right, brain. This is the fun part, I think. Right, Actually, no. Don't apply that. Frick. Right. So, brain is slowly ticking. Hold on, give me a sec. Sorry about that. Right, okay, so what I need to do in reality is create a fuck words. I meant to put that in content, sorry. So yeah, the way this works is that you kind of have this, words. Words are just eluding me right now, it's annoying. Is there a way I can move this down? There's something that has occurred to me that it would be great if I could move this down. Because hold on, let me enter play mode so you guys can see this. Basically, this is the scroll bar here. Right, more importantly, at the top of the screen, what we'll do is we'll create this slot, that is would help if my brain works, but assets used. Hey Metalis, how are you? How are you doing? Let's go 34 max. Go 20, not 200. Okay. But welcome to stream, where I am being an absolute nerd and probably over-explaining a lot, but fuck it. Right. So let's use color gradient. Menu colors. Let's change this to Where is it? Where is it? I don't even know what the rest of the menu uses. Hold on. What does the title use? Title. Roboto. Okay. Roboto is what we're using. Oh, nice. How did that go? Okay, Roboto is the one I want to use. Let's underline it. Can I change the underline color? Ah, that's always a fun discovery. Working on the wrong file. Currently I'm making a little credits page, by the way, to give credit to the softwares that I use. Softwares and assets pages. Yeah. I understand that feeling too well. But I hope it clears up. Everything clears up for you. Who's pinging me now? It's just people going live and stuff. You're welcome. Currently I'm trying to get back into the hang of... No, don't save as the flipping Opera GX page. Ah! Oh yeah, Metalis, you can see Firefox lurking down here, by the way. So I've incorporated it. Luckily it has like a copy and paste effect of import bookmarks and stuff over into it, so I can use it as a backup for when Opera GX starts screwing me over. Right, okay, so that's the asset title. So, if I go into my package manager, the fun part is going to be, you know what, just fucking load all of them. So the first one I definitely know that I've used, for this, is the, package that I bought. It's not just a freebie, this one I actually bought. You'll find it in games such as, Thief Simulator used these assets. I don't have any of the speed trees in here right now. This one here, House Furniture Pack by Finwood Studios. That's the first one that I need to add in here. So if we, Also, what I can probably do is group the assets. So if I go UI, where is it? Brain is dying again. It's right there in front of my damn eyes. Let's go about 10. No, 15. So, what are you up to currently? I'm just in a nosy mood because I've been nerding out to the void. What feels like a little bit like the void for the last little bit. So move that down there. Let's actually turn the gizmos off so we can see a lot more easily. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to switch that to Roboto. Let's actually use one of the other color sets I have for this. Let's see. We have all of these. Let's go... Actually, Metalis, I'll let you pick. I've got yellow to orange, the default menu colors. Light to dark green. The reverse, and blue to purple. What do you think I should use for the actual asset names? Okay. Right, I'll center this over to the left. Wait, hold on, no. I think I have to do that. No, that's not working. You know what? I'll move it manually. I can move that to about here. And then, what was it? Furniture pack. I'll move it over a little bit. This is the typical crap. By... What the heck was their name? Finwood Studios. Okay, that's number one there. Move it back over to the right. Freck, what else have I used? I actually don't know all of this time. Oh yeah, so materials. So let's go down to the new line. So environmental materials by ambient. What was their name? Fuck. What now? I'm gonna murder Firefox if it keeps doing that every time it's like, oh, there's an update. Gonna need this. Also, as in 2 minutes 16, everyone. Actually, why am I doing that? You know, that can update on the side. I don't care right now. Ambient CG. I will update this across the versions, by the way. This isn't going to be just for the alpha. Basically, as more assets get used in the builds, I will update this. Also, what I feel I can do as well is, if I effectively... Let's copy this, actually, and just move it down. Delete what's in it. And relabel this, software title. Because this is a little thing that, teachers suggested to me. Always be polite. Always credit your, always credit your softwares. Because it's just courtesy and nice to do for them. Right, okay, let's grab this Substance Painter icon first. Save image as... Let's just save this here as Substance Painter icon. It's a pain in the butt trying to get a Substance Painter icon, to be honest. This would come under icons. Mm-hmm. Right, to be able to use this, we need to turn it into sprites. There we go. Yeah, fuck it. Hmm. That's an issue. Okay, that's the problem I did there. So we will go UI image and drag this into it. Right, couple of things I need to do first, I think. I just want to be polite, and they make it a pain in the butt to be polite to them. Mm-hmm. That actually might be worth something doing. You know what, let's do that quickly. Unity registry, 2D, 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 2D. There we go. Not sure what it does, but fuck it. You know how it is, chat. Sometimes it's like, oh, this is what you need to do this. Fine, I'll learn it on the fly. And then get a headache from it, and then ditch that attempt to learn it on the fly. Okay, so now I think I can go sprite editor. Now, what can I do with this? That's my question. $236 with. Actually, no, can't do that. Shit. Give me a sec. I'm gonna be annoyed if I have to open Photoshop for this. I'm gonna have to, aren't I? Hmm. Sure, probably don't even need to use Photoshop, but fuck it. Hopefully this doesn't take long to open. Also, let's unpadlock this. We don't want this to be fucking padlocked. I don't need your tutorials. Go away. That's a flipping AI thing in the newer versions going, you want to do this? No. I don't need any generative fill. Okay, found out the command. So if I just select Photoshop, oh, don't tell me it's fucking crashed on me. Right, hold on. Let's close Visual Studio for a moment. See if that brings it back to life. That did. The joyful thing though now, which I think that was RAM being fully used, I can now actually upgrade my system up to 4 sticks of RAM. Because I've been running on 2 for a while, but with the new I can go up to 4 if I wanted to. As long as money, of course. But you know. Right, so apparently what I need to do to get what I want is hit Control-Shift-I. There we go. Now that's genuinely sorted. Export. Quick export. No, not that. Yes, I is my Nardo Dragon for VR chat, by the way. Just want to quickly address that. Right, okay, let's close that. No, I don't care about saving the Photoshop file for that. Right. Open, delete that. Because now what we can do is we can go to the downloads folder, get a genuinely transparent one. No, sprite, apply. Image, missing sprite, we slap this in, and then we need to figure out about dealing with the... I've realized my issue here. You know what, fuck it, we'll slice off the bottom of it. What is it, 236 by 230... No, 36, because we want to make it equal. 20. Let's try this. Now, how the heck do I save this? Because I'm guessing this is how you kind of like rip out parts of it. I'm confused on how to use this. Give me a sec. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just head back into Photoshop and deal with shit there. It'll be simpler. And I didn't save the projects folder because I didn't want to go back in. Fuck. However, I can just do open with Photoshop. All this just to give credit to a software. I bet it's easier to grab the Blender one. Also, what I'll do is, while this is at it, I'll change this to top, and this one to top. That way they're the same level. That just seems like a better idea right now. Right, okay, so, all we'll do is... I do not care! I don't want to touch the AI stuff right now, thank you. Like, I know it's great and all, but... No, thank you. I'm not after that right now. Like, see generative expand. It's like, no. Although it would be funny to mess around with the Substance Painter icon. A little bit. Not gonna lie. Yes. Thank you. Software icon, delete that. Yes. Grab this. Go here. Drag that in. Or not. Depending on how Unity's feeling right now. Which is probably wanting to murder me in my sleep, but, you know, that's Unity for you. Sprites. Apply. I will add some text under it, don't worry. So everyone knows what the fuck software this is. Let's go 50 by 50, shall we? UI text. You know, I'll just do this. I'll copy this, Control D, drag it into here, 0, 0, and then go -5. Change this to Substance Painter. Right, okay, that's one logo grabbed. Next we want the Unity logo. Unity... Oh? Hold on, let me take this over to other monitor. Brand portal, okay. Oh! Is this what I think it is? Are you serious? Are you actually fucking serious? I'm mad. This exists. Chat, this actually fucking exists. Vitalis. This exists. I swear if the Substance Painter one is in here somewhere, I'm gonna be mad. Extra mad. I'm gonna share this in the Discord server, by the way. Don't worry, I will share this in the Discord fucking server. Like, Unity logo. Are you actually serious? I'm fucking mad. Internally. Do not rotate the cube. Do not touch our cube users. That's what that feels like. Just like, don't you touch it. We will come for you in your sleep. If you touch our cube. What's in the 3D library? I'm just baffled on what this is. Do not use that email, by the way, everyone to email me. There is a different email that you can use that is in the business email section. Like, this is wild. I'm sorry, I'm just baffled this exists. I'm sorry, Vike. What's in the lockups? That sounds suspicious. There are 3 tiers of lockup formats built around the Unity logo, each for different intents and set parameters. They each leverage the logo's brand recognition without diluting it. Tier 2. This tier donates a product, feature, solution, application, or program that is inside the Unity and... Oh, so this is all stuff for just using... Okay, so we have the white Unity logo. I'm sorry, it's just, this amazes me that this exists, and there's nothing that I didn't know that this existed at all, and it's kind of like just tucked away as Unity's little secret. Like, unfortunately, like, this is a little hidden. Like, fuck it. Like, why did we hide this away? Our logos are some of the most valuable brand assets. Please follow our trademark guidelines on how to use our logos. What's the trademark guidelines? Is it made with Unity? Is it made with Unity? Does anyone know if Unity has a made with Yeah, because these are all different logos. That one there, made with. That's the one I'm nosy about. Because it's what's on the splash screen anyway, but I would like to... Because basically when Unity's newer versions come out, the ones with the splash screen, I know all the feeds and stuff, but I have to make a million to even be affected by that. Basically, that's the trademark I'm after. Because I'm not branding myself as Unity or any of these other ones. I just want them made with. But because I'll quickly show you guys. Unity builds, Unity builds. The Lost Souls. You'll see this in the I don't like this one. Where is it? Remove from playlist. There we go. So I'll show you right here. This is one of the builds. Made with Unity. Logo right there. I know that's splash screen, but I am going to have that turned off in the future. But I would like it in the credits. How the fuck do I get them made with? Oh, this is actually how they make their other Unity logos. That's cool. That's actually pretty cool. Da, 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 da. Also, what I will sniff at is the blender. Yeah, so let's see if, you know, we'll sniff through here. Because, like, I would like to... General, this logo can only be used to point to the product's blender or give credits. When used with a link on a web page, it should point to da da da. Yeah, so that's where this would come into the credits. It's important to read this stuff, by the way, because you can actually face legal lashback. I know as an indie game developer, probably not gonna get faced with any, but like this is kind of like how you would kind of brand the do it. So like it's very small down in the background. So basically, I can use this for yeah, so let's download the logo kit. Because this is what I was like, so it's saying like, this logo can only be, it's being used to brand and identify official Blender Foundation projects and content. Third parties can only use it to provide credit for the product at Blender or to link it to blender.org, which I will happily do. This is what I want to do anyway, give credit. Right, okay, so we've got the different Blender icons here. A couple of them. It's this one that'll be the better fit. Which one's this one? Okay, yeah. Right, I found out which one I'm after. So we'll... Wrong one. Delete. Thank you. This one here. Huh? Right, okay, so we switch that to, do the same as the others, switch back to this. Yeah, all of that stuff. We'll duplicate this, move it over to about here. And we shall replace the image here. And we'll also get rid of the text underneath. We do not need this text here. You know, how about this? We just store a normal image in. UI image. Slap this in. So let's go 50 by 200. No. Wait, hold on. 150, I think it is. Yeah, there we go. So then we move this over to here. It is such a pain, by the way, this. Also, while I'm at it, I'm going to quickly copy copy this and... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to copy this one. I'm going to copy... Where is the menu? This button right here. We are going to copy. Crescent menu. Paste as child. Move it down. So what this is going to do is enable me to go backwards and forwards between these. Instead of the main menu. We'll get rid of that for now. So we're going to put instead here as... We're going to dump in here the credits menu. Dump in here the main menu. Main menu, Let me think a second. Set active. Set active. We want that one to be true, this one to be false. Right, okay, so... Like, how... Ah, frick. Like, Like, the one I'm after is this one. Also, how come I still got the Bolt one there? It's interesting that they've got Bolt scene that's been integrated fully. Mind you, older versions of Unity, I will admit, can't use it, so no wonder why. Thinking about it more. 140 until ads, by the way, give or take. Creator content. Yeah, freaking, Oh, logo animations. So that's Wait, hold on. Let's go into here. I want to see if it is the Made with Unity one around here. Because I see Made with Unity down there. Actually, I'm gonna go sniffing around a very specific space for info on this. Yeah, Okay, can't use that one. Da da da. In a da 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 da. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, that's for Unity trademarks. This is a little awkward trying to navigate my way around, I will admit. Da da da. Because I'm not trying to say, oh, this is made by Unity, I'm saying made with. Okay, so what I can apparently do is go to the Unity asset store. This doesn't have me signed in right now. Give me a sec. Yes, that second email is for the Twitter account of mine. The secondary one that you can find the loot and stuff on there. Da da da. So one way you can do it is, if in doubt, frick. By Unity. Da, da, da. Okay, so this is it. So, 96. Ah, fuck, who did that? Why moon? And no, I'm not gonna sleep. Da-da-da. So I'm just quickly looking for this thing. No, that's not finding the damn thing. Wait, hold on. I suggest going to Unity... the Unity website. And going right down to the bottom, I think. And him branding. Da-da-da. Is that the one I want? Give me a second, everyone. I'm just trying to find this, Right, yeah, so this is the Made with Unity... Yeah, I just downloaded that, didn't I? Give me a sec. While I quickly double check. Okay, yeah, no, that's not the one I want. It's, this one. Hold on, let me flashbang everyone. There we go. You know what, fuck it. I'll just hit download all. Stream may crash a little bit for a moment. So, for anyone just joining, what I'm doing is I'm giving credit to the game engine and other softwares that I use by this, basically. I'm making sure that they're all there and usable. I just want to double check if there's... Let's search up Substance Painter branding, because I don't want to get in the shit with Substance Painter. Is there a link to their shit? Because... why does it have to be bright white? Why can't they... I'm sorry, I'm raging again. Why can't there be a dark mode for this website? You know, there probably is, with him full dark page. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Okay, so we have a Blender one in now. Basically what I'm doing is I'm aiming for the ones that will show up the best against stuff. Right, okay, so we need to ransack this folder now. So yeah, this is the one I want. Here, we'll grab this and drag this in. It's a little awkward doing stuff like this, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be surprised if in some dev teams there is someone legitimately dedicated to doing this that deals with it. Okay, now the fun part, the scaling. 1, 1, and 1. So this is probably how I should have done the this one, right? I'll actually redo that in a moment. Hold on a minute, why is that clipping over? This is all under the content, right? The fuck is it not, Right, we need a rect transform on here instead of a normal transform. Then we hit that to 0. In theory. Actually, hold on. This is trouble, to be honest. Where the fuck is this logo? Yeah, this is definitely interesting. So the problem we've got here is that... There we go. You know, let's go 20. Hold on, shit. Right, now we set that. That's 250. 10 should be the good number. There we go. If ever in doubt, check your ordering later, I guess. Right, so... Which one's that one? That's a blender one. Right, we'll get rid of that. We'll replace that with a rect transform. Set the ordering to 1, 0, 5, no. Lock this in. We set it to 10 or something. So yeah, we're trying to make these all pretty much equal. I'll try and dig some more information up about the Substance Painter one for you guys. But yeah. Also, if you want to be consistent, use that cog. I highly recommend it. But there we have our wonderful little credits page so far. I'm probably actually going to wrap up stream here soon because we're approaching 4 hours and I don't feel like playing... I want to keep going with this, to be honest, and some of this work is going to involve external stuff. Otherwise, I feel like you guys would be bored of me just sat there watching some timer tick up of bake time. Gonna be honest. Trying to think, anything else I need right now? You know, I'm probably going to minimize this down to 8 so it feels a little bit more in line with the Unity's size. Let's actually capitalize on these being the same size as each other. So like that. Just gonna screenshot this for someone. Right, okay. So, I think I'm going to leave stream here for today. Let me just snooze ads. Who's live? Just doing a quick check of everything. Actually, we're gonna go raid talk. But, for everyone you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Brain just died. Yeah, thank you for watching. Feel free to come over and say hi over here on Twitch. Catch me live. I'm live pretty much every day apart from a Tuesday and Sunday at 4:30 PM UK time. Well, I try to be. I'm normally end up late by 30 minutes to an hour. But yeah, for everyone new around here, feel free to check out everything in my link tree. This game will be up on my game pages later today or tomorrow, depending on how long stuff takes. But also feel free to check out my Twitter, YouTube channel, and also the Discord server. Those are the 3 things off the top of my head that I can remember. Yeah, we are going to read out. We're going to read out to Fat Talk because they are playing Dark Souls 1 Remastered. So feel free to join me for the raid. Oh, Talk's up to that fight. Right, see, I'm gonna set the raid right now. I normally would play a game after stream, but after this part of stream, but being going a little while on this part. Right, set up the raid right now. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll be live again tomorrow with Dark Souls 2. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you all tomorrow. See ya!